This has been like a year in the making. Are you ready for it? I can't believe she is here. This thing is beefy. She is built and ready to rock. Just showed up. Mike Jones and Kate are at the front with the semi that has the Brap Bunny, the Vert, and Sailor 7 in it. They're finally here. Everything is officially here, y'all. Look at that unit. Yay! Last delivery. She was abandoned outdoors for about a year, so I think I might be doing a lot of detailing in my future. All of my cars are officially here in Florida. Huge shout out and thank you to Mike Jones and Kate. They happened to be in California the same exact time that I was there loading up my trailer with the 3-rotor car and all my shop stuff. And they happened to have 3 spots available on their massive rig that was gonna be making its way from California to Florida. We worked out a deal, loaded everything up, and now I officially have all of my cars in Florida. So again, huge shout out and thank you to them. That would have not been possible if they didn't come through. And now I get to show you them. To reintroduce you guys, this is Sailor 7. She's looking a little bit rough. We got the front and rear bumper over there. I actually put Sailor 7 and the Vert 350Z in what will be my future shop. We are still clearing everything out of here so I can start on some renovations. But for those of you that don't know, this is Sailor 7. This is my Itasha RX7 FC drift missile. I created this character that I named Sailor 7 with AWS. He's an amazing designer. For this character, obviously we're taking inspiration from Sailor Moon, but if you look closely, Sailor 7 is an RX7 themed Sailor Scout, I guess you could say. You'll see all the little rotary elements here. And yeah, this is from when Adam was at my shop and he gave her a tape mustache. We'll leave that on for now. That's definitely not part of the character. You'll notice rotors in her hair buns as well. And she has rotor earrings on. He also customized the character, so she has iridium heterochromia, which is like her multiple colors in her eye, and that's actually what I have. So we based this character off myself. At the time, my hair was long and all white. The rest of the design is on the body kit there. My hood, I actually have in the other shop that has another graphic of my Sailor 7 girl on it. Unfortunately, that hood flipped up, smashed the windshield and bashed it in up here, but I'm gonna keep the hood as like a decoration for the other shop. But that is the inspiration behind my Sailor 7 character. AWS killed it with the design, and honestly the entire wrap for this car was done by him, and I loved it so much. I originally got this car because the 3-rotor RX7 project was taking a really, really long time and was a lot more intensive than I could have ever imagined in the beginning, and I still wanted to drive. Little did I know, I kind of just got myself another problem here, but I've definitely learned a lot. This was the second engine bay I think I painted, and as you can tell, I kind of just went extra in painting and having fun with everything. This was supposed to be my like drift missile, but there's still quite a bit that needs to be finished up in order for this to be my actual drift missile and drivable. I said this was one of the first ever rotary engines that I built myself. Now it is a Turbo 2 block. I use 3mm Apex seals from Power Seals USA. It's oversized studded, which is great for strength. I also decided to use NA rotors for better compression. We also have an RX8 E-shaft in there that's a bit lighter than the normal one with this block. And we threw in FD tension bolts that are supposed to be a bit stronger than the Turbo 2 one. Went with Mishimoto again for all things cooling with our radiator, intercooler, and oil cooler in there. Garrett turbo on the car, and I have an Aeromotive setup with their A1000 pump in my fuel cell back here. I also had redone all the lines as well, so that is nice, and it will be ready to take E85 if I want to do that for this car. Suspension is the exact same Haraguchi formula that's on my 3-rotor RX7 car by 326 Power. I have 326 Power Shakuriki coilovers all around the car, rocking their wheels as well. For angle, I actually have a modified Part Shop Max kit. This kit was actually cut and modified by Martin from OMD Parts, who I have their angle kit on my 3-rotor car to actually give you even more angle, and he set it up how he likes it. This car is also on an Adaptronic standalone ECU. But there is a few things that need to be done. One, this car desperately needs a tune and needs a firewall, because this is our fuel cell right here. So those two things need to be done before it is really drifting well. It has just regular Turbo 2 drive shaft, axles, and diff that has been welded. You can see under there. Oh, and here you can see a better shot of my 326 Power coilovers that are beautiful. And of course, rockin' Kumo tire on all the builds. This isn't the nicest build. This is definitely what will be my missile car. The wiring is pretty ghetto, and yeah, it's kind of hacked together. It was someone else's previous drift missile project, and originally, like I said, I had gotten this just to have seat time while I was building my 3-rotor car, and of course just kind of bought another problem. But we are getting her sorted, and Vardis will be up here soon to help me with the 3-rotor car, and then I'll also see if he can rescue this girl right here and get her ripping. This is my Vert 350Z. So this car was not on the channel very much. I originally got it because I fell in love with my Barbie 350Z in Florida. That was the only car I was really getting consistent seat time in and feeling like I was learning so much as a driver when I was in Florida. And at the time I was going back and forth between Florida and California. That is when I got this girl right here. Got the car, I did BC coilovers all around it, the same ones that I have on my Barbie 350Z. We threw a hydro in there. Now this is inline. I didn't have time to do a dual caliper setup. I do have the parts to do it now if I wanted, but honestly, the few times I had it on track, inline setup was completely fine. And in this car, I have a Part Shop Max hydro that I really liked. Like, I wish I did this setup on the Barbie car. I cut it out and then placed the master on the inside, so it ended up looking a lot cleaner. This car is actually a lot nicer than the Barbie one started out as. The inside is super clean. It is a Vert, which I did want to switch it up. If I was gonna get another 350Z, I wanted it to be a little different, so that's why I went with the Vert. And drifting this car, I think it's sick to have a Vert. You can see everything so much better around you. Like, the drifting is actually a little bit more intense because you're more in the elements, I guess. I've probably done maybe 3 track days with the car, but the last time I had this car on track, the fans went out. It needs new fans and a new fan shroud, so I'm gonna be putting that on the car, and then she is ready to rip. Now, I'm not sure what my long-term plans for this car are. It is a Vert, so it's different than the Barbie 350Z. I would love to keep it, but maybe I'll sell it, or maybe when I finish the build, do a giveaway on the channel. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I think it'd be a really fun, great platform car to do a giveaway on. And maybe you guys can help me make some decisions on different mods to do to it before I give it away. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys would be interested in a drifting, shredding Vert 350Z platform as a giveaway car. All right, last but certainly not least is my 2010 RX8 R3 that has been transformed into what is now known as the Brap Bunny. This is now my hot boy, hot girl car. This is actually the very first car that I ever got when I was in college. Now, believe it or not, I did nothing to this car. I kept it 100% completely stock until I started transforming her into the Brap Bunny, and I probably did everything within about 6-ish months. Now for this car, I really wanted to do everything cosmetically first and then get into the power adders after my experiences with both of my RX7s where they're just sitting and not running, and even though they look cool, they also didn't run, so I couldn't enjoy them. So underneath all of the wildness is still stock RX8, everything, their 13B run assist engine, which I think the first thing I'll end up doing to that is maybe adding a bit of nitrous once I get to that point. But I am not done with what I want to do cosmetically to the car. So obviously it is on bags. It's all the way aired up right now. I got custom top hats for the front of the car from Universal Air. They made a top hat specifically for the RX8, so that is what I am using. And I got my bags from them as well. And I just decided to go with fender mirrors because I really hadn't seen any other RX8 that had these on. I love that about this car. We did carbon fiber block off plates to seal up where the original mirrors were as well. Air management system is by AccuAir. I had custom 3-piece wheels made by Rotor. I'm absolutely obsessed with these wheels. You can see the back barrel is neon yellow. We got neon yellow hardware, corky pink powder coating done on the face, and then the outer barrel is their classic like rotiform teal. My rotors are custom rotors by R1 that actually say Brap Bunny, which I thought is so cool because you can really see them with this setup. This is a Rocket Bunny Pandem kit and a Battle Arrow chassis mounted wing on the back. Everything is extra, and that's on purpose. I love it. This is going to be my completely extra hot boy car. I have my custom exhaust here that I worked with Entice Motorsport to weld this up. The diffuser has actually already been damaged, and I do have block off plates here for the car where lights used to be that I need to put back on, but this diffuser got really messed up when I was driving on the highway, so I really just need to rethink this entire setup in the rear. I think I might actually like redo most of these parts and make it out of a stronger material. This is just what came with the kit, and it's really thin metal. You can see it there with a very weak inside, and then it's like layered by thin metal on the other side. So this is just what came with the kit. I was a little disappointed about it, I'm not gonna lie, so I will probably end up redoing all of that. The same material was used for these side pieces. They are very fragile. As I say that, you can see where this one was already broke there. And where I was actually storing this car the past year, where I was storing it, they broke this. Yeah, so that sucks. But I mean, this is very fragile stuff. I think I'm gonna try and like find a place that can recut out these shapes with like the clear acrylic maybe. I think that's what it is. I want to redo all of the wide body hardware as well. And now that we have the paint booth, I love neon fluorescent yellow on this car, but I want to paint it. Going on the inside, I have my custom seats made by Status Racing. I still need to put a bar on here if I want to actually use the harnesses, and I have a few other carbon fiber bits that I wanted to add to the interior. Now the same fabric that's on the back of the seat and this side right here, I bought enough of it to do the headliner. So that was always the goal with this car. So I'm probably gonna end up doing the headliner very soon and do like a starry ceiling on the headliner with LEDs. So I'm stoked for that coming up. And this was the car that was fully integrating a Microsoft Surface computer to control everything. I want it to be voice controlled and just look really futuristic in here. This is gonna be sick. I am really stoked about this and being able to pick up the technology side of this build. The fabric that's on the side of the seats and will eventually be on our headliner here is also on the very top of the car. I just wanted to incorporate this pattern in a few different places. It's kind of subtle because you don't see it from the side, but on photos that are taken from higher up, you can see it better. And of course, you know I got my Lambo doors. This car is meant to be extra in every single way. I love it. I wanted to have fun with it and be as wild as possible. Now that I have the car here too, I can finally dial in fitment. I can turn it on and air it out, and it's still not that low. It's slammed in the front, but you can see we're like, I really need to work on my fitment here. She bad, y'all. Even though I never did properly like do fitment on this car. This was really thrown together, and then I was gone for a year. Now I have 285s all around the entire car. I'm running their V720 compound, so it looks really, really aggressive. But now that she is here, I can finally work on my fitment game. Definitely need to lower the height in the rear too. I mean, this is all the way slammed and I can fit my arm in it. So car is far, far from perfect, but now that she is here, I cannot wait to dial her in. This light right here by Rigid is 100% gonna be the best thing ever for driving around the compound at night. I can finally see what is in front of me, all the alligators and bears and Florida Panthers and all this crazy stuff. I just wanted to be extra. I love this car so much. It's still just surreal to me that all of them are here. I wanted to briefly like reintroduce you guys. I feel like I got like a piece of myself back here in Florida. Before we get into anything too crazy, I've neglected all of these girls so badly over the past year. So first, we're gonna give them all a quick 303 product detail and line all of my cars up. I've never had all of them in one place at the same time. I wanna officially show you guys the lineup that I have here at the compound and get you guys stoked for what's about to happen on the channel. This is actually the kit that Chris is gonna use. This is the one for fabric, not vinyl. And what does our kit come with, Chris?
It comes with, I don't know how to say that word, tonneau?
Tonu.
Oh, tonu.
Tonu. Convertible top cleaner.
And fabric guard.
Yup, she needs that real bad. Well, it wouldn't be a proper Florida welcome for all of my cars if it didn't rain right when we were staging all the cars to take this thumbnail and just have them all lined up next to each other. But Chris and I just ran around and dried them all off. Luckily, the Brap Bunny was inside the garage, so she didn't get wet again. Sailor's the only one that we didn't give like a proper bath to. One, because she doesn't run at the moment and is really heavy, and two, there's no hood. We're lining them all up for this photo, and I will put her front and rear bumper back on and side skirt so you guys can get a better visual of the livery that's on it. Alright, 3-rotor is next. I tried moving the Evo, but she is completely dead. I actually think it might just be a bad battery because we couldn't even jump start her. But we have everyone minus the Evo chilling outside here. This is honestly just surreal to me. Not only having all of my cars in one spot, but also just seeing them together in all the different colors. This is just wild. We got Black Betty and the trailer back there as well. I really want to know from you guys too, like, what are you most excited about? What type of content? Are you more excited for the Audi, for me to be a hot boy with the RX8 here? Do you want to see me build the Vert more, the Barbie Z, or just the Corvette? Or I will admit my personal favorite, the 3-rotor. There's so many big things coming up for that car. This car looks so much better after it's been like freshly detailed, because that wrap, it's a satin finish, so it really just sticks to all types of dirt. So I don't know if you can notice the difference of how much brighter it is. I'm gonna do a quick walk around. There's the Brap Bunny. We have the Audi TT RS, our 350Z Drift Vert here. Sailor 7. Now on the other side, we did at least push the bumpers close to it so you can get a better idea of the graphics. There she is. Oh, AWS Graphics did such a good job on this character. I love her so much. Here's the Barbie car. She's actually pretty much ready to get back on the track again. I know a few of you guys have been asking about her. Here is the Drift Corvette. I didn't end up filming the last Klutch Kickers competition because I really wanted to just focus on my driving. I am starting to feel so freaking good in this car. And if you're curious of what like 350 horsepower versus 900 horsepower looks like, here's a clip of that. I say 350 because I know my car is definitely down on power. Ever since I changed the exhaust, it's been running so rich, like you can feel the decrease in power. So, and yes, if you guys are paying attention to my social media, my car did catch on fire at the last Klutch Kickers, so I wasn't even able to do my first battle, which I was really excited about. I was feeling great in the car. It was a very minor fire. The clutch line actually melted, and it was right when I was on the starting line. And luckily, the Klutch Kickers crew knew immediately what happened. I said my clutch was gone, so they immediately had me pop the hood and they put the fire out before it got big. So I do have some work to do on this thing before it is track ready again. I'm gonna be replacing the clutch line and relocating it away from the headers further and putting more heat shielding on it so that does not happen again. She is fine other than that, and I did get some pretty good seat time during Klutch Kickers, and you guys know the 3-rotor. I'm so excited to get started on this with the Vargas brothers.
Afraid won't let you fall, girl.
I really want to know what type of content you'd be interested in, what you're most excited about. That way it can help me kind of prioritize content coming up. Obviously now, I got my hands full. I couldn't be more thankful for each and every one of you for supporting me for so long. For those of you that have been here from my first RX7 video, to even you guys that are new and just now joining me on my crazy car adventures. Your support really does mean the world to me. I understand and I accept that, you know, my cars and my builds aren't everybody's cup of tea, and they're not supposed to be. I build what I love. I build what I'm passionate about. I just hope that some of my wild and extravagant out there builds will just encourage you to do what you want. Like, build what makes you happy, find your own style, and 100% embrace it. I've been in the racing motorsport world now for over a decade, and I just remember spending the first years of my racing career really like hiding my personality and never express myself that much creatively. And over the years, I've grown to not really worry about what other people think and build what I want and what I love. I just encourage you guys to do the same thing. Embrace your originality. There are already too many copycats in the world, and just be you. Again, I appreciate all the love and support from you guys. I will catch you in the next one.
Get down.